Well, I hope you guys enjoy Toronto Regionals week. I'm basically through all the content from there. I have a few match videos that I need to get out that I recorded with Kevin on the Saturday. But for the most part, we're done with that. And moving into next week, we're probably going to have a lot of Dragonborn content because, hey, launch is on Thursday. So the launch of the set Rally to War is on Thursday. So, yeah. But regardless, let's get into the Buddyfight news. We don't have a whole lot to go into this week. We didn't get anything from the episode, and we only got 6 cards from Koro, which is really one of our smallest Koro's that we've ever had. But it does exist. It's still more than the average Vanguard monthly Bushy spoil. So you know, there's that. As expected, this Koro gave us the information on Gao's new flag, which is the Thunder Empire restricted flag, and the 2 keywords. Overturn and Overturn reversal, which also as suspected was a once per game ability. Like I suspected this would be the case because they're probably going to give one of these to a Thora, and a life break ability wouldn't make sense for a Prism Dragon deck to get. So once per game makes a whole lot more sense, and I like this being a thing as long as there's a fairly even split between offensive overturns and defensive overturns. So that we have the defensive capabilities to deal with these big once per game pushes, then yeah, I think everything will be fine. Now, all this goes out the window if we get something that says you can use Overturn more than once per game. That could be a bit of a problem if that ends up happening, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. For now, we just have to judge it based on what we have. So, first off, since we only have 6 cards, I might actually bother editing in these images. I might not, though. We'll see. First up, we have Gao's new flag, Dragon Fang, Thunder Emperor. You can only use Thunder Empire. You can only use Thunder Empire cards. So you know, no generics, no Dragon Shields, no Hiding Bomber, which is a big bummer. You start with 11 life, 1 gauge, and 7 hand. Now it is hard to judge this card because this deck is obviously going to get some shields. We need to see what those shields are. Because as the deck is right now, it doesn't really work because you start with 1 gauge, the new bots is a 3 gauge cost overall, and all the shields you have access to also cost gauge. So that's a bit of a problem. I really wish they would have revealed new shields with this Koro, but that didn't happen. Oh well, we have the next few months to find out about that stuff. Whatever. Yeah. Yes, starting with 7 hand is obviously really good, plus access to whatever Thunder Empire stuff they give to the other world, so you know. I'll have to see how that goes. Then we have, into the Overturn stuff, only 1 card had its Overturn ability revealed, which was Thunder Empire Dragon Borrow Bots. Size 2, Thunder Empire Dragon, 13/2/6, costs 2 gauge to call. During your turn, this card on the field cannot be destroyed. It gets crit +1 if your life is 4 or less. And it has the Overturn ability. Now here's an important thing to note about Overturn. Unlike your typical abilities, this has an actual cost, an actual on-declaration cost attached to it. Like Transform, like Ride, like Station. Or like a call cost, like a cast cost, like an equip cost. So this will actually be paid on declaration. In addition, Overturn cannot be responded to with counters, and it cannot be nullified. So, hey, here's the thing you can always do against Style of Justice and Stars, which is really good. That's one of the things I really like about Overturn. The fact that basically every deck is going to get this small out, this play that they can do even against these decks. Which is, yeah, that's really good. So bots is during your attack phase, you can pay 1 gauge and discard a card from your hand to stand all cards on your field. Very strong, obviously. Gauge intensive, yes. It gives you this once per game out to any resting abilities, but it will not help you against anti-stand abilities like Promobuki, which I'm really hoping we get as a box topper for this set. But yeah, it has natural double attack. Obviously, a very good card, but it is very gauge intensive as well. Its Overturn is pretty dang good. Yeah. It's about what I expect from a Thunder Empire Overturn. It's not overpowered. It's not underpowered. It's exactly about the power of what I'd expect from this sort of thing. The 13k power is really nice, so that you can always be beating over things even without Drago Royale. Just overall, a very nice card. Then we have the new Abigail. Size 3, Black Dragon, White Dragon, Thunder Empire, 7/3/7. Call cost of 2 gauge. All cards on your field cannot be destroyed. Return to hand by card effects. And all cards in their soul cannot be put into the drop zone by your opponent's card effects. Overturn, we don't know what its Overturn does. Same applies to the new Tatsuki Kage, who is a 5/2/1 Penetrate Ninja for 1 gauge. And he has an Overturn, a very long one, though that might just be because of reminder text. And we don't know what it does. So, yeah. Obvious speculation with Abigail is that I could have an Overturn to put a card into the Soul of Requiem. So that's a possible thing. I'm not terribly impressed with it. Not impressed with Requiem in general, especially since Athora SD is now a card that exists. Like, Requiem might be able to get a bit more success in the Japanese format. However, Athora, in the English format, we have the sideboard, and Athora SD is a card that exists, so I can't really see Requiem ever doing anything, because you can always decide on that Athora SD and remove its soul, and give yourself extra turns. And if this Overturn does put into soul, then, well, there you go. There you go, my boy. Then we've also got Magic Stone Golem Drago Ram, Size 2, Dual Golem Chaos. So this is the new Danger World attribute. I am a bit disappointed that it isn't Dual Dragon, but I completely understand why this is. Chaos's Overturn is called Overturn Reversal. So because of that different name, that means if you have an Overturn and an Overturn Reversal in the same deck, you could use both of them. And while this is possible with the Buki and Tatsuki Kage, I don't imagine it'll be very, worth it. However, if they made this guy's stuff Dual Dragon, then Dragon Zwei would have access to this Overturn Reversal and any Dragon Overturn. So that's basically why all of the Chaos players' attributes are non-Dragon attributes, so that Einen Zwei can't abuse that. With that said, Dual Golem, Chaos, Size 2, 7/3/5, pay 1 gauge. All Dual Golem on your field get critical +1. And it has Penetrate and Move. So this is a by default 1 gauge for 7/4/5 with Penetrate. That is really good. That is really, really good. I'm already scared of this in Chaos, and that's without getting into the Overturn ability. Overturn Reversal. During your main phase, pay 1 gauge. For this turn, all cards on your field get critical +2. So that's a potential 6 attack board with +2 crit to each attack. That's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. And the fact that this is still a 4 crit penetrate for 1 gauge outside of that, yeah, this is unless a new Gear Goddess comes out in this set, which has an even better Overturn Reversal for the deck, this is definitely going to be going in. This is probably going to go into Chaos anyways, because it's just super, super strong for Chaos. And then lastly, we have Drunken Demon God Kidabuki. 10/3/5, Oni Assassin, Chaos, Size 3, pay 2 gauge. At the start of your turn, destroy all monsters on your opponent's field. And if you do, deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of cards that were destroyed. Overturn Reversal. When a monster on your field is destroyed, pay 1 gauge. Choose a monster on your field. For this turn, this card cannot be destroyed. That card cannot be destroyed. Move and Ambush. I am very, very disappointed by this card because it is complete garbage in Oni Assassins. I just can't see it being useful there at all. I really hope we get promo Buki. Just give me promo Buki, Bushiroad! Jeez. Just give it to me as a box topper in this set. Please, I'm begging you. But other than that, this is good in Chaos. It's a really, really strong defensive Overturn. Even though I'm really disappointed with this card, I'm really glad it was revealed here because it confirms that yes, there will be these very strong defensive Overturns. Because this is just, hey, you're not hitting me for the rest of this turn. My center, it's now indestructible. You can't penetrate past this. The best you're doing is shadow diving. And if you have shadow dive, you weren't destroying my monsters anyways. You weren't proccing this anyways. So, suck it. Goodbye. Basically, that's what this Ibuki says. So it's a really, really strong defensive overturn. I hope we get more defensive overturns like this. From the pack art, we know that there is going to be a Thunder Emperor Cerberus in his classic white fur. So armor eyes are back. Probably a good offensive overturn there. Then we also have a Thunder Emperor Armor Demon Girdle. So they'll probably have a defensive overturn of its own, which I'm very excited to see that as the big dual dragon buff that I am. Also Gear God new form confirmed. So obviously overturn reversal there. I'm just very excited for this set. Very, very excited to see what happens here. And since there was so little to go over this week, let's just have a little think about something. Okay, so here's a thought. Here's a quick thought. So Overturn. Sorry. I wasn't even trying to talk about Overturn. So, with Gao on the Thunder Emperor flag, that means that the show now has 0 Dragon World fighters. And Noboru is going through one of the Guru's training sessions. So here's a concept. Now, it's impossible. So with Noboru going through that training session, he's probably going to get new stuff. However, there was like no night support, no focused night support in the new dungeon set. And there's no new dungeon set support in sight. So, with all of these factors combined, could we be looking at Noboru finally returning to Dragon Knights and Dragon Knights getting major support in XBTO 3? Could that be what is going to happen? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. With that said, I hope you all have enjoyed. I hope you look forward to the rest of my content for the next week. I still have some more deck profiles from Toronto Regionals to go over. Adrian's Style of Justice. My 9th place deck out Black Dragons. From my locals also was the 10th place player who was playing Oni Assassins. And since I never did a deck profile of them, I think I'm finally going to do that with him. So, yeah. I also have a Dynamite deck profile coming up soon. Of the Dynamite deck you've seen a few times on camera. So look forward to that, I guess, and the Dragonborn content, of course. With that said, I hope you all have enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe for more Buddyfight and Dragonborn content. And if you would like to support the content that I create here, maybe throw me a buck on Patreon. It would help me a lot. With that said, this is Hunter Surge, signing off.